and Ladder.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever. She's
no Mark Chimero.
Her man look like
he's out of the country.
He ain't doing nothing but running his mouth.
No Jen Latta. She might still be in the state on her way out of the state for College Game Day, as she does during, football season on Friday. So we turn to the irrelevant one. Mr. Irrelevant, Alex Strofe, next couple of Fridays, going to be hanging out. So basically, it's going to be an extended version of Green Bay Game Day, the show we do together, Strophe, on Sundays. This Sunday, up at Lambeau Field with our guy, Super Bowl champion JB Jarrett Bush, amongst other characters.
Our guy.
You're not a morning person, are you?
What makes you say that?
I mean, just the entire body language and demeanor since you walked in this morning.
I mean, I am a little groggy, yes.
Yeah.
But I am thrilled. There's a little missing pep in the step in the voice too, Joshy.
Is
there?
I wouldn't say little. There's a lot of pep missing.
All right, let me do my best to crank it up a little bit over the course of the next 2 hours. But I'm thrilled to be here with you, Gabe. I don't know why we're coming out of the chute 2 minutes in going, hey, Strofe, pick it up. I hadn't even cracked my mic yet.
I'm not saying you have to pick it up. It was just an observation that you're very clearly not a morning person.
Very clearly seems insulting, first off. But no, I'm not a morning person. I work in the afternoons here. I like evenings.
What's the earliest you would wake up if you did not have to come in? Like typically on a typical day, typical Friday, what time are you waking up?
Usually not for at least another half an hour. 7:30?
You keep telling me you wake up at 7:30 when we chat back here behind the scenes. And I just never believe it because you sound like you rolled out of bed 10 minutes before every time you walk in.
Well, that can't be accurate. But maybe 15 minutes before. No, it's 7:30 to 8 o'clock typically.
Okay, all right. Now we're slowly peeling back the truth.
Maybe 8:15.
How many times does your better half have to tell you, all right, get up.
Every day.
To go to work.
Every day.
I mean,
in fact, even today, I had my 8th alarm go off. 8th. Not 7th. 8th.
See?
And she goes, hey.
He's insulted that we picked up on him very clearly not being a morning person.
Right.
And now he's laying out all the traps.
Here's the issue, all right? I walked in 25 minutes ago. I said, good morning, fellas.
Yeah.
And there was no pep in your step. You said, hey, Strofe. Joshy said, hey, a little bit more pep in his step.
Yeah.
But you look like you went to bed 3 hours ago.
I mean, that's always a possibility. That's always a possibility. But again, when the lights come on and these microphones, the cameras fire up on our YouTube stream, we've got the energy. We bring it.
But immediately I'm in the crosshairs.
I mean, well, look,
I've got plenty of energy this morning.
Look, bud. Yeah, well, now you do because we woke you up. Look. This is just the way it works. Like, you're the new guy here.
Okay,
you're the new guy here. I'm sure it happened with you and Jew when you filled in. It was the two of you. You're the new guy. We're going to gang up on you, and we're going to, we're going to pick on you.
Joshy's not good at picking on me. You are.
Why am I not good at it?
Because you lack substance.
Whoa. See, now he's just lashing out.
So if I think most people listening on Mr. Irrelevant would disagree with you.
From what I've heard, it seems like the substance that Josh is providing on your show when it comes to picks have been pretty good.
Mm-hmm. That's accurate.
Didn't I just hear you talking to Jen Latta the other day about how you shouldn't reflect on how well you did a week ago?
Mm-hmm.
But he's not, I am.
Okay, well, Joshy did pick some winners on Underdog.
2 picks in a row, Monday night and Thursday night.
Yeah. Oh, don't look out.
Hey,
one more, that's called a winning streak.
He made me some money last night, so I'm not mad at Joshy.
The other thing that happens, Gabe, here is sometimes I'm insulting Strofe to his face, and he just doesn't realize it.
Yeah, so that I've picked up on. Yeah. So for those that aren't aware, I'm a little bit of an idiot.
Sure.
Only a little bit.
Yeah, just a half a cup.
So sometimes it takes me half a beat to pick up on some things.
Okay.
And, sometimes when Josh says words that are over 3 syllables, I lack the understanding of said over 3-syllable word, and it goes right over my head until he says, hey, man, I just told you were stupid. And I go, oh, okay. And you know what?
Yeah.
Completely fair. Completely fair. So if we need to start our Friday with some hatred and fuel me up by telling me I'm an idiot,
Yeah.
and that I'm not a morning guy, do what you got to do.
See, now he's animated. He's talking with his hands. See, we were able to.
Whatever
We
we've got
stoked
to
the
do
fire.
for the great fans of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy that wake up much earlier than me, I'm happy to do it for them on
right.
this Friday.
Question.
Okay.
Yeah, go
yes.
ahead, Josh.
What do you think the national average is on alarms set in the morning? Because there are some people I know that
great
are
question.
avowed no alarm person, and they can just get up.
Yeah, that's strange. That's weird behavior.
They just they Kramer it.
Right.
They mental alarm.
Correct. I also know if you've ever shared an Airbnb or stayed over at a friend's house, you got some people that are 8 alarm guys, where it's like you'll hear an alarm for like 30 minutes, and you're like, what is going on?
How is this person not hearing the alarm right next to them? I am 3 rooms down.
What is going on in that room? Are they just ignoring it, or are they sleeping through it?
Hey, on behalf of all 8 alarm people, we're sorry. I'm tired. I need to sleep a little bit.
I do set myself 2 alarms. I never needed them when I woke up at like just a classic 7 a.m.
Sure.
What
But at
time do you wake up?
4.
Good Lord.
So the 4 a.m. I have started setting 2 because I have, unbeknownst to myself, just turned my alarm off and then gone back to sleep and woken up 30 minutes later and been like, what the heck is going on here? Like, where's my alarm?
Do you not like yourself?
I'm not particularly a fan of myself. Why?
Oh, wow, that got much sadder than... I was expecting him to respond with, yes, I do like
Yeah,
myself.
I don't know what you get.
Does anybody? There's people that are big fans themselves.
I mean, I don't mind looking in the mirror, but
Well, we know.
Yeah,
4
we're aware.
a.m. is absurd. What time do you wake up, Gabriel?
5.
Okay, see, that's a little bit more acceptable.
I wake up at 5. I've got 1 alarm. It's just 1 alarm, 5 a.m. Because again, I am the person that I want to be. My wife still needs to sleep. You know, she's got to get up to work, and I'm sure she wakes up when my alarm goes off. I don't want 7 more alarms going off throughout the course of the next how many half hour. Like, okay, let me ask this, and you can chime in 800-990-3776. How far apart are the 8 alarms you set?
How far apart?
Yeah.
Let me look.
So so you woke up at what time this morning?
Well, I woke up at 6:02.
Okay.
So here are my alarms for this morning.
Okay.
5:35 a.m. was the first one.
Okay.
5:45 a.m.
It's
was
just
the
walking
second
back into my house with Bubba around 5:35.
Yep, I got up later than you. 5:35, 5:45.
Okay.
Now, granted, I live up the street.
Yeah.
It's about a 3-minute walk for me, so this is easy. 5:35, 5:45, 5:50. Now we get to the 5-minute increments.
Okay.
5:55.
Okay.
Now, 6 o'clock didn't feel too right for me. 6:02 was my final alarm.
Yeah.
So I set.
I also see a 706. Is that a
That was not a
break
today
glass in case of emergency?
No, that's the typical alarm.
Oh, okay.
7:06 a.m. is the typical alarm on days that I am not hanging out with you, Gabriel. So.
Wait, so what does your significant other do when all these alarms are going off?
She's typically up.
This is fascinating to me because, again, I'm trying to be respectful to my wife in terms of, okay, I got to set 1 alarm, I got to nail it, so I'm not just constantly waking her up
All
as
right,
well.
I got to come clean. I lied to you guys. These alarms are
Hold up,
set
hold
1
up,
hour back.
hold up.
Yeah, go ahead.
How many lies has he told in 10 minutes?
Just a few.
This man, like I feel like we're an honest show, and he's just coming in here just lying.
This 6:02 alarm is typically a 7:02 alarm.
Okay.
This 5:55 alarm is typically a 6:55
So
alarm.
you went through your alarms and
And
just
I set
them
them an hour back.
hour earlier.
Yeah, because I needed to be here. I don't know. I don't know what time I needed to be here. I got
Yeah.
here probably later than you would have liked.
It's
6:40
fine.
I walked
Yeah,
in.
it's fine.
A day like today, Fridays, we got guests. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait, is there something going on?
yeah,
this
there's
weekend?
something going on this weekend. You know, quarterback may or may not be returning. Who knows?
Oh, he's returning.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Okay. Just making sure.
Well, but also, I don't know if you knew that because, as you mentioned, Joshy has called you an idiot. You have agreed that you're an idiot to a half a cup, and Matt LaFleur must think we're all idiots with this whole limited thing that they keep doing.
Well said.
I don't understand why they keep doing this, Strofe. Like, just let us know. And Wildy kind of explained it yesterday. Maybe they're just saving it and keeping it in their back pocket because they want to see how he reacts to 3 days worth of practices and make sure the knee's good before they declare him good to go. But it just seems like Adam Schefter got this game from somewhere, from someone. He didn't just go on Pat McAfee's show the Monday after the injury and go, Vikings game, right? Then information came from somewhere. Shefty's very well connected. We all know this. It's why he's the ESPN NFL insider. So Jordan Love, limited all of last week, does a workout, and I know they had already declared him out internally, not externally, did a workout on the field before last week's game against the Tennessee Titans. How is he not going to be available for this game? Somebody needs to explain this to me like I'm 5, how he's not going to be available. Because I fully believe he's playing.
Okay, so I'm with you. Thank you for cutting the music because I don't really have a conspiracy. It's more so I think he's just playing it safe, but he doesn't need to play it safe. Right? Like, Love's going to play.
Well, because
he's going to make it through. They ramped him up last week. He went through the warm-ups. We knew he wasn't going to play because we were going to get the Malik Willis revenge game, which really delivered. This week it means a little bit more, right? And I know when Love went down, we didn't anticipate what Minnesota would be through 3 weeks.
No.
We didn't anticipate one of the league's best
no,
defenses.
they beat up on the Giants after week 1. Like, okay, well, the Giants are bad.
Giants.
Who's not going to beat up on the Giants?
I assume you watched them last night, too. They're not that good. But then you beat the 49ers, and you beat the Texans, and you're 3-0, and Sam Darnold is leading the league in touchdown passes.
The way they beat the Texans was impressive.
It was never close. So, at the time that Love got hurt, we didn't realize what this game would be and the levels that this game would be at.
It seemed like, if he can come back for that Vikings game, kind of get his feet underneath him, that Rams game could be really important. That Rams game next week is still going to be important.
It will be. It's in conference, but this is much more important. And
yes.
I think Love is pacing at a better rate. So to be in this situation, I would rather LaFleur just shoot it to us straight. But through, 6 years of him as the head coach? Mm-hmm. He's gotten worse and worse and worse at shooting us straight with that information. So guess what? He's LIMITED, limited for the time being, Gabriel. But we'll see him on Sunday.
800-990-3776 is how you can join the show. So now Brett wants to know, if you have to be on the air at 9 in Green Bay, how soon do you have to get up in order to be in Green Bay? People are now fascinated with Josh's time, with Strophy's time and what time he has to get up. Yes, Josh.
We have a guest here that I think we need to get to before Jason. Nicole and Aaron called in and she said, I want to educate you guys, which immediately piqued my interest. And I guess it has to do with alarms and setting alarms.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Here we go.
Nicole and Aaron going to drop some knowledge on us. Nicole, the floor is yours.
All right. Hey, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. So I just want to say, good morning. Now, alarms, you know how you train your dog to go outside with the bell sometimes? Like you ding it, and then they okay, I got to go outside. It's kind of the same thing with alarms. So we're training our brain to wake up when it dings. If we continue to let ourselves sleep afterwards, we're telling our brain, yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it. You don't need to get up. Go back to sleep for 10 minutes, and then it goes off again, and then you go back. You're never going to, you got to just wake up the first time, and don't do that to your wife, please. My gosh. The worst.
Hey, bad news. I'm the worst.
Wait, so Nicole's going to give you this advice, and you're just going to say, no, I'm too selfish to change?
I see you, but no.
Nicole, I appreciate the phone call on the inside. But when you start the call,
I'm here for you.
You know how you train a dog?
Okay, but you're the one getting the Pavlov bird over.
No, you're not Pavlov. In this instance, you're Pavlov's dog.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. I'm not Pavlov's dog. But, yeah, poor lady sleeping next to me this morning. She's usually up before me. But, yeah, those extra 10 minutes, Gabe, they might give me just that extra inch of energy you're looking for.
I could not agree with Nicole more. If you can, I think you just have to train yourself to get up. First alarm goes off because, you have to be awake. And it's happened to me before too, Joshy, where, you reach over and completely forget you turn it off, but clearly you're awake enough to turn off the alarm and then you fall back asleep. And
that second alarm for me is a safeguard. Most oftentimes, I'm either turning it off as I'm getting up or it's going off as I'm outside with the dog.
Yeah.
That second alarm is just a safeguard because I'm prepared because I, like you, Gabe, don't really want to be waking up the other half at 4 a.m. No one wants to be doing that unless they're going to work at that time.
You're both looking at me.
Well, I mean, so what? The answer to the question now, Brett wanted to know what time do you wake up to get up to Green Bay in time for Green Bay game day?
Well, if I'm leaving from Milwaukee, it's like 4:30, 5 o'clock. But I'm going to sleep in Green Bay on Saturday, so it'll be like 8:45.
It's just going to roll over the tailgate right before we start. Dick Van Dyke says, Alec is my favorite aside from Josh, so be nice.
Close enough. I knew what he was saying. You knew what he was saying. Look, give it to him.
We'll
give him a voice to text on that one. Just a little mix-up.
Just a little mix-up between Alec and Alex.
Close enough.
Jason Wilde going to help us break down the Packers-Vikings game. Coming up next, Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Everything's looking pretty good out on the roads right now. Just a little bit of a tap of the brakes heading through the stadium interchange on westbound 94. Otherwise, everything else is really rolling along quite nicely. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Thin clouds, filtered sun, breezy with a high of 74 at the lake, 77 inland. Tonight, mostly cloudy, breezy, a low of 62. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sports book, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
You expect Fleet Farm to have everything you need for everyday life. Well, expect everything at the best prices guaranteed, too. Automotive, pets, birding, hunting, farming, snacking, you name it. All your everyday essentials, all at the best prices guaranteed. And if you happen to find a lower price elsewhere, we'll match it. Any day, every day. Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life at the best prices guaranteed.
Catholic Memorial Football takes the field for Friday Night Lights this week. It's the Crusaders back home for a matchup with the Wauwatosa West Trojans.
He'll keep it himself, and Mitchell is into the end zone. Touchdown.
Crusaders football is presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, R&R Insurance, Home Sealed Exteriors, and DM Accounting and Consulting Service. Tune into the action Friday night starting at 6:30 on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and summer is here. But if you want your parking lots and asphalt to be ready for winter, you have to remember the 3 R's from Johnson & Sons Paving. Reseal every 2 to 3 years. Repair when you see signs of cracking or potholes. And replace if there's constant standing water, buckling, or sinking. Don't scare customers or tenants away because of a bad parking lot. Connect with Johnson & Sons today before minor repairs end up being huge headaches. Schedule an appointment at johnsonsonspaving.com.
For your next night out, make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel, your dinner destination. Aria, nestled on the second floor of St. Kate, is an artful dining experience that captivates with its culinary creativity. Delighting in its offering of artisanal American cuisine, the restaurant transcends tradition and leans into the realm of playful and inventive flavors. Come and experience the magic of Aria, where every bite is a work of culinary artistry. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com.
Ready, down, put.
All Packers, all the time.
He was a field tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He is our friend. He is our teammate. He is Jason Wilde. He joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Good morning, Jason.
Kind of an unexpected twist on Dude Friday.
I mean, so you think there needs to be some sort of initiation for Strophy so he can officially become a dude for Dude Friday?
I just want to be a dude, Jason.
Well, you know, it's a very arduous process during which you have to qualify.
I don't know what that means. What's arduous?
See what I'm saying?
You've already flunked. No, you're in, buddy. You do a lot of work. You do a great job. You're not as great of a dude as, or as virile. How's that? Virile. Not as virile as a dude as Chewy.
I mean, Chewy's the dude's dude.
He's a mountain of a man. It's incredible. But welcome. It's great to have you. Did you have trouble getting up this morning, apparently?
I didn't have trouble. I just, per usual, I set, I think it was 5 or 6 alarms. I rolled in about 6:35, 6:40, and Gabe said my energy was low, and he could tell I'm not a morning guy. And they were fascinated by the idea that I, Alex Strofe, need to set multiple alarms because I'm not used to getting up this early. Jason, how many alarms do you set on an average morning?
So wait, do you set are you like well, this will be too old of a reference for you, but are you like Marty McFly and Doc with all these different clocks in the room with you, or are you saying you stagger your alarms on like your iPhone?
I stagger the alarms on said iPhone between 5 and 8 minute increments, dependent on which alarm we're referring to. But a total of 5 or 6, yeah. And I'll get up in that 20 to 25 minute range, somewhere in there, probably on the later end.
So I have a Google clock, and so when I go to bed, I say, hey, Google, bedtime. And then it says, what time do you want to set the alarm for? And then I say 6:30. And then when it comes to 6:30, it goes off. And then if I want to snooze, there's no bar to hit. I just say, hey, Google, snooze for 8 minutes. And then it snoozes for 8 minutes.
If you're verbally talking to something or somebody, I think you're awake.
Yeah, but I've got a gift to fall right back to sleep. I used to take a lot of the overnight shifts when the girls were babies because, unlike Paula, who once she wakes up, she struggles to get back to sleep, I am a professional get back to sleeper. I can do storms, dogs having to go outside, whatever it might be. I lay back down, and shortly thereafter, I'm back out. I am not a good waker-upper, though.
Does she wake up? Does she wake up before you, Jason? Because that's the one thing that I have a problem with Strofe's behavior this morning. Is like I only have one alarm because I'm waking up at 5 a.m. I can't be setting 8 alarms and constantly keeping my wife awake as she's trying to get that last little bit of sleep before she has to get up and go to work.
Yeah, you're a thoughtful guy. I've always said that about you. Paul is usually up already, especially during school days. So I don't really worry about that. She also goes to bed ridiculously early, so I don't feel bad that
What
she
is
gets up before
ridiculously
me.
early?
Well, depending upon the girls' activities, she's nice and healthy now. I could not be more thankful. But, after dealing with breast cancer, she does take these meds that make her tired. So she's probably in bed between 7 and 8, which it's like I'm a bachelor. Like I could sit downstairs and eat ice cream, and if I played video games, I'd be a total dude.
Guys
exactly.
being dudes.
Yeah, exactly. Just sitting around in my underwear. It's great.
Decently big game
It's
coming
open.
up on Sunday. I want to get to it, but I'm fascinated by the idea of this Hey Google thing. Are you one of those smart homes dudes? Like, are you saying, hey, Google, turn on the kitchen light at 80%? Is your home all connected to this thing next to your bed?
Did you just jam in a dude there just because you wanted to be a dude? Is that what happened?
That's exactly what happened. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I was trying to fit in, Jason.
Yeah, no, you were trying too hard, and we noticed. We're just letting you know we noticed.
I just want you to like me.
That's all I want.
So, no, we're not like we're not like over the top of that. I would say that there are times when Pink or Taylor Swift is playing across all the little Google things that we have in every room. We also have these things called pet cubes because we obviously have a lot of pets, which allows us to check on all of our pets in the various rooms they might be in. But no, I'm not coming in going, hey, Google, decrease lighting to 55% or anything like that.
Well, since we're talking percentages, what's the percentage Jordan Love plays?
Oh, God, you're such a professional.
Wow.
I mean, are we not don't we just get down on our knees and thank the Lord above every single day that we have the great Keith Neisel on our team? So, look, I would say this. Yesterday, they if it was intentional or by happenstance, but I'm sure you guys saw Rob tweeting about this before his account was hacked, that Love didn't do a specific drill during the time that the media was allowed into practice, and it's the more, to use that word again, arduous drill where they're kind of moving on the run and it might be a little more stressful on his knee. I'm a little bit worried that we've all kind of just assumed that he's coming back. Now, I did get a kick out of, as I think I mentioned to you guys yesterday, when I told Love that LaFleur had confirmed that he had taken team reps last week. And then I said, were those first team reps or scout team reps? And he laughed and said, team reps. So clearly he ran the scout team last week because they never, ever, ever planned on playing him, period. The whole idea last week was for him to get some work, see how his knee felt, do the workout the day of the game, but he was never playing last week. So I'm just a little bit leery of going all in. So in my writing and in my conversations, I am still hedging because, yesterday with Adam Stenovich, the offensive coordinator, he did say, look, we have two game plans. We have one for Malik and one for Jordan. So I still would say that I think he's playing, but I feel like I felt a lot more confident on Monday than I do on Friday, if that makes sense.
Interesting. I don't feel very good about the Packers' chances Sunday if it's Malik Willis, Jason. Despite him being 2-0 in his two starts, that's fair, right? Like, look, I am a believer in the Vikings through 3 weeks, and I know not everybody agrees on that, but I am. I don't love Malik Willis's chances against a really good defense. Granted, he did not really see a really good defense the last 2 weeks. Fair or foul?
No, I think that's fair. I mean, look, I think there's reason. Look, I don't know if Sam Darnold is for real or not. I don't know what, I have a feeling the Packers defense is for real. Again, I'd like a little more evidence before I make any sort of proclamation one way or the other. But because I don't think either of the offenses that they've played the last 2 weeks have been all that star-spangled awesome either. That said, like, I don't know what to make of the Vikings offense. I do think that their defense has a pretty good idea what they're doing, and that whether it's Love with less than 100% mobility or Malik Willis, who may turn into a pumpkin against a better defense, which is second in the league in scoring defense, leading the league in sacks, that would concern me if I were a Packers fan like you. So yeah, I don't think you're out of line there. I got to be honest. I've told you guys before that I get fatigue about certain topics. And I was talking to Tom Silverstein as we were walking out of the locker room. Like, this is kind of uncharted territory. He's done this even longer than I have. But like, because of Favre and because of Rodgers, we really haven't had to play this will he or won't he play game in all of our careers. Like, maybe him going back to like Don Majkowski. But like, with Rodgers, obviously he broke his collarbone twice, once on each side. We knew he was out for a period of time. Now, there did, toward the end of his process of trying to get back become the question of, will he be back? Will he not? Will he play this week? Will he not? Obviously, I went through that on the radio show for that whole 13 stretch where he was sidelined. But at least there was a little more transparency. Like, they didn't really play the what if or will he game. This is kind of 3 weeks running where we've been part of this. And I think there's a fatigue, not just for me, because look, when Rodgers had other injuries, like the shoulder injury in 2008, after he did not practice all week and then went down to the Hudson Center before the game and proved that he could play, and then went out and played really well in a loss to the Falcons that day. Like, after that, there was no question, right? He was playing. When he broke his thumb in 22, maybe they should have sat him down, but they didn't. And there was never any question he was playing. When he had the tibial plateau fracture and the torn MCL in his knee in 18, he came back into the game, and then there was never any question he was playing. So it's just been a different kind of 3 weeks. And, quite frankly, there's a lot of really good stories on this team that I haven't gotten to tell or talk about as much. And I'll be happy when Jordan is fully back and we can stop playing the percentage game because it's getting a little old.
Jason, just quickly before we get to Craig Karmazin. So you did say that you are a believer of the Packers defense. I am more hesitant. What makes you say you are a believer in this Packers defense?
Well, now don't misquote me. I mean, you're such a professional, but I said I want a little more evidence.
You did, but you said you were a believer, but you wanted a little bit more evidence. But when you lead with "I'm a believer,"
yeah, I think when you look at what the arrow is pointing toward, right? More turnovers, more quarterback pressure. Now, again, Will Levis, one game, etc. But I do think that Jeff Hafley has not just buy-in from me, but more importantly, buy-in from his guys. And that sounds like kind of a trite, simple thing. But the more I talk to guys, I mean, it was, I don't know if you guys heard this yesterday, but Domofsky asked Hafley about the idea of a player traveling with a top receiver, obviously referring to Jaire.
Mm-hmm.
And Hafley's initial answer was about how he believes that, if that's the right thing to do, blah, blah, blah. And I followed up. We got a real good tag team going, him and I. I followed up with, what's the drawback to that? What does that do to the rest of your defense? Because we've been told over the years that if you do that, then it messes everything up for everyone else. And, Joshy, if you can get that before the end of these guys' show, it is – his answer, I thought, was very
I can play
telling.
for you right now, Jason, if you want to be.
God, you're such a professional. What a bunch of professionals, except for Strofe on this show.
I mean, I've kind of told you guys this a bunch. It's our job to put our best players in position to make plays. So if it's our job to put our best players on their best players, then we need to figure out how to do that. I mean, I'm not just going to walk into a game and say, the scheme is just strong enough to stop that great player. I mean, that's just not how I think. I mean, we got to figure out, how to stop their best players each week. And if that means doing something a little bit different, then it's our job to do that.
Just to make sure, that was Jeff Hafley, not Joe Barry, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it sounded like, I feel like that's what I heard from Joe Barry last year or 2 years ago. Maybe not, though. Maybe it was a little different. I know you got to get to Craig. I'm sorry to have kept you.
No, it's all good. It's good stuff, Jason.
Isn't that interesting? Is that just yes or no? Because that's the game that Strofe loves to play on Sunday.
It's true.
Is that not really, really interesting?
Yes, it is. It is very interesting, and we are certainly going to be talking more about that, Jason. We have it penciled in later in the show.
Oh, I can't wait to listen.
Well, thanks, buddy.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. As I mentioned, Craig Karmazin is joining us next, but you can join me at the Wisconsin Country Club. Do what I did. Become a member out there. You don't have to worry about assessments, no food and beverage minimums, and just enjoy the beautiful golf course that they have. Took a few friends out there yesterday. They absolutely loved it. Great. The turn bar is fantastic. Great place to hang out for drinks after the round as well. But maybe you're thinking, okay, that's great. I like golf, but I need something for the family as well. Well, Wisconsin Club has tennis, pickleball courts, pool with themed Sunday fun days each and every week during the summer. So get started today and visit thewisconsincountryclub.com for membership information. The Wisconsin Country Club, just a fairway away.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Everything's looking great out on the freeway system right now. No major incidents or delays other than just a quick tap of the brakes westbound 94 right through the stadium. But otherwise, everything else looks great. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. High thin clouds, filtered sun, breezy with the high of 74 at the lake, 77 inland. Tonight, mostly cloudy, breezy, a low of 62. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 15 to 30 ounce selected varieties Hellman's mayonnaise, $5.49. 7 to 16 ounce selected varieties Barilla pasta, 2 for $3. 128 ounce selected varieties Kemp's Pale, $6.99. 1 pound selected varieties Land O'Lakes butter, $4.99.
I am starving.
Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, oh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against San Francisco November 24th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
I'm shopping at Century alone next time.
Enter by November 6th.
Landworks is the locally owned landscape company to elevate the look of your home or business. Landworks is different because of customer service. From the crew to the salesperson to the admin team, you're in good hands with Landworks. Their sales and design teams are made up of horticulturists, licensed landscape architects, and passionate plant people. Their landscape architects and horticulture team members are also project managers. This means you'll have a single point of contact from initial design through completion of work. See their amazing work for yourself at landworkswisconsin.com.
It's bird bashing season when you swoop into Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to a wicked 50 grand cash in the Bird Bash Game Show. Just play with your rewards card all October for entries. All Bird Bash entries go towards a December 20th giveaway with a monstrous 300 grand in prizes. Bird Bash makes its bewitching return. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
It's Friday, and that means it's time to check in with GKB President Craig Karmazin.
Gabe, you're right. I actually just looked at the stats. No hypocrite has ever won a championship.
Fridays with Mo.
Mark Attanasio, the last thing he wanted to do was play a video and tribute Craig Counsell in any way. So I give Mark Attanasio a ton of credit.
Craig Karmazin on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is sponsored by Landworks Landscape Services. Their creative and talented team will design, build, enhance, and maintain beautiful landscapes in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more and see their work at landworkswisconsin.com.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Always love catching up with Craig Karmazin each and every Friday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning, guys.
Craig, you're a busy guy. You travel all over the place. You wake up, find yourself in different time zones sometimes. How many alarms do you set to wake up?
One. I just have the phone alarm.
Okay.
Why is everybody more grown up than me?
Well, I mean, in fairness, you are the youngest one here, but I mean, I think this is now providing you inspiration to potentially set one alarm.
No, 6 or 7 every time.
No, I'm with. Wait, and you're saying 6 or 7 on just your phone?
Yeah, just on my phone.
So, like, the snooze after 9 minutes isn't enough. You're like, I need one, like, at 5:42, 5:44, 5:47.
It's more like it's more like 6-minute increments, but yeah, you got the right idea.
Okay, so I mean, but you're basically snoozing, right? But you're worried that if you hit the snooze, it'll like turn it off completely,
So
and then you.
I'm glad you asked this, Craig, because if I click snooze on the first one and then 6 minutes later I've got an alarm, it becomes almost a volcano of sorts, where it's just like every 30 seconds after I hit multiple snoozes, I've got an alarm, and that's when I know I have to get up.
But Craig is asking if you just set the one alarm, you can just continue to hit the snooze button.
Yeah, but then what if I accidentally click stop?
Okay,
and then, right. I've had bad experiences.
No,
I don't want to admit to our boss that I've overslept before, but that's why I set
I don't think
alarms.
this is I don't think this is immaturity or anything. I think this is just like responsibility. I'm all for what's going on.
Okay, but is it responsible when you have somebody else sleeping next to you? Like you have your significant other, Craig, and now they have to deal with all the alarms that Strofe set this morning in order to get here on time.
I mean, that is their choice, right? They can choose at some point that they would rather sleep somewhere else, or instruct him to sleep somewhere else. I mean, that is absolutely a part of the process.
Well, the good news is that has not happened yet.
Well, I mean, but you're going to be back in here on next Friday, Strofe.
Yes, I will be.
Do you think she's going to instruct you to sleep somewhere else so she doesn't have to deal with the alarms?
Me, Gabe. She sets multiple alarms too.
Okay.
We're all guilty here.
All right, little tit for tat. Sure.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
I got you.
Exactly.
Craig, we know the Brewers are locked into the 3rd seed, so unfortunately, they will not be getting one of those buys. Although I think I feel better after Robin Yount talked to us last week and said baseball's meant to be played every day. So we don't know who the Brewers are going to be playing, but we know that they're going to be the 3 seed in the National League.
I don't understand like the crazy, and I know it's just math, but if you look at the 3 teams that are fighting for the last 2 spots, right? So there's 3 teams. You have Arizona, the Mets, and the Braves.
Correct.
Each of them have over a 60% chance to make the playoffs, with the Mets being over 70%. So it seems like all 3 of them will make it, right?
That's how that sounds.
It's more likely than not, I guess, based on
but it's
odds.
not possible. There's only 2 spots left.
I understand.
So,
I understand, Craig. I just don't.
Yes, the math is mathing on me there. But yeah, I mean, when you look at it, my gut is that they somehow end up against the Braves and that the Braves pull out a big doubleheader on Monday. But a lot of it is in the Brewers' control, right, of how they play the Mets this weekend.
Well, so that's the exciting part. That's, to me, Craig, is like with the Braves and Mets playing a doubleheader on Monday before the series starts on Tuesday. I think that could potentially be a huge advantage for the Brewers. Instead of them getting an off day, they may have to blow through some of their bullpen because they've got 18 innings to play before they open up a playoff series on Tuesday.
Right. I think, are we in agreement we don't want to play the Diamondbacks?
Yes, correct.
Do you agree with that?
I would. Am I scared of the Diamondbacks? No. Would I prefer not to play them? Yes. I understand that's a fine hair I'm splitting, but that's the way I feel.
Would I prefer not to play them? Yes. Am I scared of them? Yes.
Correct.
I mean, I think just having played them last year and like Corbin Carroll was like really garbage for the first 3 months of the year.
Yeah.
And like he's back and like their offense is just like they're in beast mode right now.
Since
like,
June 1st, they've been the best offense in baseball.
Yeah, I want to avoid Arizona.
Craig, I want to flip to the Packers-Vikings game on Sunday. Aaron Jones, obviously.
Before you do that, I just want to let you know that all Brewers coverage here on 94.5 ESPN, part of the Hunt for Brew October, sponsored by Delta Dental.
Aaron Jones makes his return game to Lambeau Field on Sunday, Craig. He said yesterday, if he scores a touchdown, he's doing a Lambeau leap. I think that is, what's the right word? Selfish? Stupid? Idiotic? Is that fair by Aaron Jones to do a Lambeau leap?
I think it's fair by Aaron Jones. I think Gabe is so petty. Gabe is very petty. I didn't realize that until this week. Like,
what did I do?
You're rooting for a fumble from Aaron Jones?
Yes, he should.
Yeah, I hope he fumbles.
That's not petty.
No, I just want my team to win, and if he fumbles, that increases the chances of my team winning.
Right, but you could say, like, I'm rooting for 5 Sam Darnold interceptions.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying, like,
Aaron outside of injury, I want all of the bad things to happen. I want all of them to do bad things. I want their best cornerback to get burned in coverage. I want all their defensive linemen to get pancake blocked by the Packers' offensive line. I just want, again, outside of injury, I want all of the bad things to happen to the Vikings on the field this weekend.
So Aaron Jones hasn't earned that, like, hey, I'd love to see Aaron Jones play well and the Packers win. Like, he's not at that point in your heart?
No. I mean, I don't know if any player's really going to ever reach that part. Like, I don't want you to play well against my team, because if Aaron Jones plays well against my team, that increases the chances of his team winning. That's how important he is. That's how good he is.
No, I know. But I'm saying, if you knew your team was going to win, like, is there any player that has earned that spot in your mind where you're like, hey, when they play against us, I still want good things for him because of, like, I look at the Packers this year, and you could think I'm crazy when I say this. I look at the Packers this year and the culture of these young receivers and Jordan Love and all of this as a reflection on some level of the unselfishness of Aaron Jones. And I think leaving the Aaron Rodgers era, that Aaron Jones was so meaningful and important to this team that his legacy will be felt by this team. So I have a warm spot in my heart for Aaron Jones because I think his leadership last year, when he didn't get a lot of touches, he never said a word, and I think that trickled down to the receivers. I think his leadership was very impactful on these young players, and that to me, I owe him a piece of respect if I'm a Packers.
Well, I do respect him, and there's a reason he was the Packers, Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. Seemingly every year he was in Green Bay. We did stuff with him with the 10 Days of Hope, where he did that, and I was very involved with that.
I don't care if he's good. I want him concussed this week, and
No, that's not what I said. I said anything short of injury. So that's what I said. Anything short of injury. I'm not wishing concussions. I'm not wishing broken bones. I'm not wishing torn ACLs on anyone. But I guess if you guarantee me a win, Craig, I don't care what he does as long as the Packers win.
Packers up by what, 42-49, then he can trot into the end zone?
Sure.
56
he can break the single game rushing record if you guarantee me Packers win. But
I don't think Gabe would be happy with the Packers' rushing defense if that happened.
That's true. I mean, that would lead us to some concerns about the Packers' rushing defense in their ability
back to the Lambeau Leap, I believe, and it will be interesting, I believe that people who have a 33 Packers jersey will be wearing it on Sunday. And I think that's the good question, right? Like, if you have an Aaron Jones jersey, is it acceptable to wear it on Sunday because you're supporting the Packers, but you're showing a little bit of respect for Aaron Jones? So, like, if you own an Aaron Jones jersey, are you guys okay with it being worn on Sunday?
Josh is putting it on the poll. I'm fine. Would I wear it? I would not. And here's the thing, going back to the Lambeau Leap, I don't think Aaron Jones deserves to get booed. He should not be booed. Again, to me, it was a Packers decision to let him go, and I get his decision to then want to go to the Vikings and play well there and do that whole thing. We've been through it before with how many ever ex-Packers. That's just kind of where they go. But if you want to get booed, if you're Aaron Jones, you do a Lambeau Leap.
Yeah. And if you're wearing your 33 jersey and he jumps into your lap, I would expect you accidentally spill a little bit of your beer.
Yeah, you push him back out there. You don't welcome him in the stands. You push him back out on the field.
Ooh, but I think if you have those seats and you wear the 33 jersey, I think you're kind of saying, hey, here's a friendly place for you to leave. So I think that's sending a mixed message. No, I think that's a mixed message you're sending. That is worse than Strophy hitting the snooze button all those times. I think that is so rude to do. I mean, don't wear the Aaron Jones jersey if you're not going to welcome his leave.
Don't sign with the Minnesota Vikings. That's signing.
Well, no, it's not even signing with the Vikings. Like, the Lambeau Leap is a Packers celebration. If you want to do the Lambeau Leap, you have to be a Green Bay Packer. Like, that's just the way it works. Like, if you do it. Any other player who's done it before, they're trolling the Packers when they do it, just like other teams that do the jump around because they're trying to troll Badger fans at the in the fourth quarter at Camp Randall Stadium. Like, the Lambeau
Absolutely,
Leap
but he could have, Gabe. I agree with you, and I think he could have answered. If he had answered the question differently, I would have maybe disagreed with you, because if he had said, hey, the Packers fans mean everything to me. They've been part of my life since I became an adult. They've shown all the love. If I score a touchdown, I know they're not rooting for me, but I can't help but show the love and jump to them. Like, if he had answered it that way, then I think it would be hard to say it's trolling, but I do think with his answer, it's fair to say it's a troll.
Yeah. Because that's just, again, the Lambeau Leap is a Packers thing. Yeah. It's a Packers celebration. And to jump into Lambeau Field, no, you lost the privilege to do that at Lambeau Field when you signed with another team.
He thinks his gushy article in the Players Tribune is going to win everybody over.
Well, look, and I'm going to welcome Aaron Jones back. Like,
he's great.
Yeah,
he is great.
I'm not saying he's not the Packers, but he's
coming back. He's coming back to the Packers eventually. He's going to go to the Packers Hall of Fame.
Drew Holiday is in a very similar situation, and I think there were a lot of Bucs fans who were rooting, as much as Bucs fans don't like the Celtics, who were happy for him winning another NBA championship and winning a gold medal. Obviously, they didn't want him to get it instead of the Bucs.
I'm glad he won his gold medal. I don't care that he won an NBA championship.
Correct.
But I'm saying there's certain players who they didn't leave on their own accord. They did so much for our community. They were so invested when they didn't need to be in our community and did so much. And I think impacted people's lives that people are then going to root for them, not above their own team, but want good things to happen to those human beings.
He's a terrific human being. I hope he fumbles 17 times on Sunday.
and gets cut and never makes another penny in the NFL.
No, he can make all the pennies. He can have.
Or do you want him to do that so he can come back to the Packers on a minimum
solid
deal?
15 weeks. He can have a really solid 15 weeks. I hope he is the worst NFL running back ever 2 of the weeks of the NFL season when he plays the Green Bay Packers.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
Craig, before we let you go, officially yesterday, we knew this story was out there a week or so ago, but Sidney Moncrief, now an official minority owner of the Milwaukee, Junior Bridgman. I apologize. Junior Bridgman, with all the success that he has had out off the court, and now he is a part of the ownership group. Your thoughts on Junior Bridgman joining you as a minority owner?
I'm kind of joining him now. He's definitely at another level.
Yeah, but you were there first, so he's joining you.
I may have had like a 10-year head start, but he kind of raced past me really quickly in that race.
He was the freeze.
It's so cool because you think about the modern NBA player and the guaranteed contracts, and Bridgman's era, what was even possible, even if you were like the star of superstars. And when you see these stats and see the top 5 wealth and overall what's it called when you look at your overall wealth, net worth, yeah. I don't know about those types of things. So when you're
only the CEO of the company.
Yeah, when you look at net worth in the history of the NBA, and you see it's like LeBron James. And it's Michael Jordan, and then you see it's Junior Bridgman, like on that list, like right there, at the top. It's just such an amazing thing, an example of what hard work and what intelligence can lead, for athletes, during, as we've seen now more, but also after their careers. And then to have someone who was a Milwaukee Buck decide that that's where he wants to invest back in this market and in this community is just so huge. And for Wes and Jimmy and Jamie to figure out a way to make it work with him, it's exciting. I mean, he's a perfect person to be a part of this ownership group.
Craig, always appreciate it. Looking forward to Brewers playoffs starting next week.
Go Brew Crew.
Craig Karmazin joins us every Friday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Are you looking for a better used car interest rate? At Ewald, they make it easy to save thousands during the used car rate reduction event, and you can get rates as low as 4.9% on Ewald Automotive Group's best used cars. That's 4.9% on over 600 vehicles at 10 locations. That's right, Ewald everywhere here in southeastern Wisconsin. Increase your purchase power with a better used car from the name Milwaukee has trusted for 60 years. They make it easy. Go to ewaldauto.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority with the latest technologies at their state-of-the-art Brookfield office. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. And now, Holtebeck Eye Center is excited to add Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist that is now available to see patients. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol, learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
This time of year can be really tough on a number of areas in your home. If you're struggling with any electrical issues, the superheroes at Current Electric are ready to help you. Chuck Smith is a Brookfield Central grad who started Current Electric over 40 years ago. His mission was to serve our community with integrity and quality. Whether it's as small as a switch repair or as large as rewiring your entire home, to a generator to keep your lights on, or even interest in solar energy, call on the superheroes from Current Electric. Go to callcurrent.com. That's callcurrent.com.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Before you buy generic Viagra, try this hack to get 9 tablets for just $7. Prescription and shipping are free. All you need to do is go to FridayPlansRx.com and answer a few medical questions. A doctor reviews your answers and prescribes you online for free, if appropriate, 9 tablets of generic Viagra for just $7. Go to FridayPlansRx.com. Yes, that's right, 9 tablets for $7. FridayPlansRx.com. Restrictions apply. Paid for by FridayPlansRx.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Ticket King has you covered for the green and gold this football season. With offices in Milwaukee and Green Bay, Ticket King is your local and most trusted source to buy or sell Green Bay tickets. You'll feel good about getting the best value and service when you work with the Ticket King. Guaranteed. Experience the thrill of Green Bay football by visiting theticketking.com or call 414-273-6007. It's not sold out until the King is sold out. Reach out for available tickets for Sunday's big matchup with Minnesota. Theticketking.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He hates the ending of all comedies. Apparently doesn't like happy endings.
I love happy endings. Don't take it that far.
Muy
bueno.
Maybe that's a vote for Groundhog Day for you.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Josh, you may have found quite possibly the dumbest lawsuit I think I have ever seen. So for those who may not be following Major League Baseball, Shohei Ohtani, first player to ever have 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases. He hit his 50th home run last week in Miami against the Marlins. And, of course, there was going to be a scrum for the ball. I mean, it's 50. He already had the 50th stolen base, so that ball was going to be worth quite a bit of money. And there is an auction house that had, been contacted by the person who had recovered the baseball. They've been contacted, and now it's up for auction. $500,000 opening bid. You can buy it right now for $4.5 million if that's what you would want to do. However, this had to be stopped. This has been put on hold because there is a person, an 18-year-old, who is claiming he had possession of the ball first and had it taken from him.
If you watch the video, you can see the kid who I imagine is the one suing because he is in the background of the person celebrating, looking very sad and even attempting to reach for the ball and steal it out of the person's hand.
Yeah.
And the video that is from the stands, it's very clearly not in anyone's possession other than the guy that gets it. It's kind of on the ground. There's tables. There's a group of people all there. And one guy comes away with it. It's not like, we've seen adults steal baseballs from children's grasps. It was like a football fumble scrum.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
People on top, whoever comes out.
When in the lawsuit, the language in the lawsuit is he had possession of it in his right hand. I don't care, man. That's a scrum. Whoever comes out of that scrum with the baseball, that's who the baseball belongs to. So he is suing, saying, I actually had it first. I'm telling you this right now. Secure in one hand, that ain't secure enough, bud. You gotta have both hands on it. You gotta protect that with your life.
Similarly to Junior Bridgman and Craig Karmazin, I am the rightful owner of the Milwaukee Bucks, Gabe. Prove me wrong. I'm the rightful owner.
I was here first.
There is a part of me that kind of thinks, and I don't want to cast dispersions at anybody, but something
Cast away, Joshy.
Something tells me that somebody reached out to this young fella more so than him reaching out. Saying,
No, this is an 18-year-old kid, and now I'm just going to assume. I don't know if this is true, but this is my daddy's a lawyer type energy. It's given off like, hey, Pops, I've got a really good way we can make a couple mil. Okay, I'm going to go get the Shohei baseball.
You've got 0% chance of making a couple $100 mil.
Mm-hmm.
All you're doing, a couple mil. All you're doing is wasting time and resources.
Yeah, it's just going to be a delay on this auction. Like, there's no grounds to be like, well, I had it, but then I lost it.
Yeah, right. Did you leave the stadium with it? No. Did you ever actually have it for over 2 seconds?
Who went to the Marlins to get it authenticated? Oh, not you?
Yeah.
He's the guy who's now trying to sell it? Like, this seems super easy to me.
I kind of respect the hustle a little bit. There's no way it's going to work in his favor.
Joshy said the best. Like, what are we going to do? Is if Aaron Jones fumbles on Sunday, bottom of the scrum, well, I had it, but then Rashawn Gary ripped it away from me. Sorry, bud. Whoever comes out of the pile with the football is the rightful owner. This is the one rule the NFL knows for sure.
Ridiculous.
Unbelievable. All Packers all the time. In 2 minutes, Jen gave it to you.
Never miss out on a second of the show. Find Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand. Sponsored by Celsius Essential Energy Drink.
Northbound on 4394, we've got a crash heading through the Marquette, something to keep in mind if you're going to be heading through that area. And then we've also got a crash on the ramp from westbound 94 to Moreland Road, so watch out for that. Otherwise, westbound 94 between 35th Street and Mitchell Boulevard is going to be a bit tight. Then you're slowing down a bit from just west of Highway 100 to the county line. Eastbound, also seeing some delays now from Mitchell Boulevard to about 35th Street. Traffic is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Thin high clouds, filtered sunshine, breezy with a high of 74 at the lake, 77 inland tonight. Mostly cloudy, breezy with a low of 62. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Lock in for October. Brewers postseason tickets are on sale now. Clear your schedule. Claim your spot and be here for a Brewers postseason run you don't want to miss at brewers.com/postseason.
Don't miss a moment of football this season at 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee, your one-stop, must-stop viewing destination. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 15 locally owned food vendors, a self-serve beer wall, over 50 HD TVs, and game day specials. What more could you need? If you're not at the game, this is the place to be every Saturday and Sunday. View the vendor list and 30 self-serve beer options at 3rdstreetmarkethall.com. That's 3rdstreetmarkethall.com.
Lock in for October. Brewers postseason tickets are on sale now. Clear your schedule. Claim your spot and be here for a Brewers postseason run you don't want to miss at brewers.com/postseason.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Like Batman's been going strong for 80 years.
I'm sorry, I did not realize I was sitting amongst Big Batman.
You won't believe what happened with Watley today. It got back to him that I made this little dentist joke, and he got all offended. Those people. It's gonna be so touchy.
Those people. Listen to yourself.
I did not realize that you were like king or president of the Big Batman fan club. This is news to me.
No, is Batman fantastic? Yeah, Batman's fantastic.
You think that dentists are so different from me and you? They came to this country just like everybody else in search of a dream.
Watley's from Jersey.
Yes, and now he's a full-fledged American.
You're just Batman ignorant.
I don't think I'm Batman ignorant. I think I am.
You're a Batman hater.
You're anti-Batite. There we go.
Kramer, he's just a dentist.
Yeah, and you're an anti-dentite.
I am not an anti-dentite.
You're a rabid anti-dentite.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited.
We've talked about it a couple of times now here on the show, but I want to play this audio because I do want everybody to hear it. We mentioned it with Jason, we mentioned it with Craig, but have yet had an opportunity to hear what Aaron Jones had to say. And Aaron Jones has taken a lot of the things that he's done with him to Minnesota. The sombrero, he got a new one made, now it's purple and gold instead of the green and gold. But of course, the Lambeau leap. In his first return to Lambeau Field, here is what the former Packers running back had to say about the Lambeau celebration.
Definitely leaping. Definitely leaping up there. It depends on which end zone I'm scoring, but either end zone is not too tall, so it is kind of high up there, but I can still get up there. So either one. Hopefully there's a Vikings fan in one of them, so I can jump up to them. I think that'll be a pretty cool shot, a pretty cool side by side with the two jerseys and doing a Lambeau leap.
How does that make you feel when you hear that, Strophy? Because clearly, again, Craig mentioned it. That's very obviously trolling Packer fans, especially when he mentions, hopefully there's a Vikings fan I can jump to.
He is such a likable guy.
Yep.
I
really good dude, solid dude.
I hate the Minnesota Vikings.
Correct. As you should.
I hate that he is a Minnesota Viking.
Yeah, I'm following.
I hope he gets every beer in the stadium poured on his head. You know, like, I hope they create a beer-shaped sombrero on top of his head if he jumps into the stands on Sunday. And I think he anticipates that. Right? There's no way you're wearing an opposing team jersey, a team that, by the way, Aaron Jones didn't like for 7 years of his career, and don't anticipate getting beer dumped on you. I am not advocating for it. If you're going to the game on Sunday and you're sitting in the front row, I'm not telling you to spill your beer on them, dump your beer on them. But I'm saying
But you're not saying that.
I'm saying if you accidentally tip your beer too far sideways, right in the vicinity of on top of his helmet, I wouldn't judge you. I wouldn't judge. Now, you hear him laughing, you hear him reflecting. I'm sure Gabe and Josh, you guys read the Player Tribune piece he wrote this week. Very nice piece by him. Very sentimental, very gracious toward Green Bay and their fans. And he ended the article with, not a G on the jersey, but always one in my heart this weekend. If that's true, just voluntarily hand the ball to Rashawn Gary every time you touch it. If that's true, get a handoff and say, hold on, Darnold, I just got to put it on the ground.
He still has a job to do.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to do it well. If there's a G in his heart, help the G then. I understand they're not cutting your checks, but hey, maybe then Minnesota would cut him, and then we could bring him back, and we could all be happy-go-lucky for the rest of the season with the best 1-2 punch in the league.
Look, I understand a lot of it. I understand him wanting revenge on the Packers. I think I understand this more now than I probably did 5 years ago before I started working with Chewy as much. I mean, this was, yes, it was an Aaron Jones decision to go to Minnesota.
Yep.
But it wasn't an Aaron Jones decision for him not to be a Packer anymore.
I understand that.
They decided they didn't want you.
Yep.
Brian Gutekunst offered you a contract that basically said, this is what we think you're worth. Aaron Jones thought he was worth more. And he was worth more. Proved it by going and signing a contract that was indeed worth more. So I get all of that. But again, like, he knows by doing the Lambeau leap, like that's the thing he wants to do for him. And that's where he mentions Minnesota fans, hey, got to jump into that safe space because he knows. He's seen opposing players do this at Lambeau Field. He's seen them jump into the safe space. He's seen them not jump into a safe space and get rejected. The one thing for Aaron Jones, I think the fan base is still mostly on Aaron Jones' side, that he is still beloved here. It's not like when Brett left. It's not even like when Greg Jennings left. Like, I think that there is still a soft spot for Aaron Jones in a lot of Packers fans' hearts. But if you want to get booed, you do the Lambeau leap. That's the only way he gets booed on Sunday, I think.
Well, if he has a really good game.
I think if he gets, it's going to be largely booed. Like, I don't think they're going to boo in the middle of the game.
Yeah, if he slashed them for like a 26-yard run, you don't think they're getting booed?
I don't know.
He'll be booed.
Do people typically boo big plays?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't recall that being a thing. You know, when like Derrick Henry had a big game. I don't think he was getting
my
booed.
mind is
when
clouded.
Ryan Tannehill was ripping up the Packers' pass defense, I don't think Ryan Tannehill was getting
I was
booed.
booing. I was at that game. That was
Yeah,
an
but
awful
you were
game.
bullying the Packers defense, were you not?
Two things can be true. Tannehill sucks, and so does Joe Barry's defense.
That's what I'm saying. Like, usually if the home team is booing, during a big play, you're booing your own team.
All right, so you might be right on that, but I think this just carries a little bit more weight, right? If Greg Jennings, for example, when he was a Viking, Lambeau leaped, and maybe he did, I don't recall.
Mm-hmm.
Beer on his head, get the hell out of the stands. If Aaron Jones, you could cheer him during the warm-ups and when he's introduced, but at that point forward, it's booze. I don't want you going near my fans. I don't want you going near the Lambeau leap. Get out of here. You are not one of us anymore. You are not one of us. I understand it was not your decision to leave, but it was your decision to sign with the Minnesota Vikings.
Correct.
You spent enough time in Green Bay to know what that means. You are the enemy now. Not just 2 weeks a year, 17 weeks a year. You are the enemy. If you went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'm feeling a little bit differently about this than I am as a Minnesota Vikings. He understands what an in-division move means. He knows what happened to Brett Favre when he ended up with the Minnesota Vikings. We hated him. Hated him.
Oh, that was even more 50-50. I mean, there were a lot of Packer fans that bought Vikings jerseys.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, you're right. I do remember that. I had a Jets jersey. The Jets is fine, right? Like now I can watch Aaron Rodgers and be fine with it. He's amazing at playing football, and I don't mind watching him. I'm not looking at Josh.
I was about to say, Josh, you want to? Yeah, I was about to say, Josh, you want to handle this one? Or
No,
we're just going to let it go.
I don't mind watching Rodgers. He's in the other conference. He does not play for a division rival. If Aaron Jones has a good game on Sunday, I'll be devastated.
Because if he has a good game, chances are the Vikings win.
Yeah, and if he's doing Lambeau leaps early in the game, chances are the Vikings are winning. If they're down 42 and he does the Lambeau leap, I guess I'll let it fly.
I guess it does mean more because he is a Viking, but even if he went to the Buccaneers, anytime an opposing player does the Lambeau leap, you're trolling the fan base. Like, up until this point, like, the fan base has been left out of it, right? It's been, you can kind of separate it in business decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Packers made a business decision. Aaron Jones made a business decision. Doesn't really factor us in. But now when you do a Lambeau leap, you're trolling the fan base.
Yes, and he's planning to do a Lambeau leap. If it was just a spontaneous decision he made on Sunday, I'm feeling differently about it. But when he's talking about it 72 hours before the game, this is premeditated.
Dave wants to know, here's another one. If Jordy did a leap after the Packers didn't bring him back, how would you react if you were in the States?
When he was a Raider, I feel a little bit differently.
Don't do the Lambeau leap. I'm booing you if you do the Lambeau leap and you're opposing
you.
It's Lambeau leap dependent. Just you're thumbing your nose at us.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yep.
And I understand you have that against maybe Brian Gutekunst, Russ Ball, those people, but not the fans. The fans didn't make the decision to move on from you. Many people after it happened said, I don't know if this is a great idea. Like, those are the people supporting you and jumping into the stands and doing the things that the unique thing that all of Green Bay Packers fans are excited about to see when it happens. You're now thumbing your nose at them and finding Vikings fans, hopefully, to embrace you. It is for an incredibly likable guy an unlikable thing to do.
Go skull elsewhere.
I also saw something, I think, from StubHub or some third party, like ticket distributor, like secondary market, and they sell the tickets, where they were estimating 19% of Lambeau is going to be Vikings fans. So I would think that's a decent chance for him to find a Viking fan to jump into.
That irritates me because it seems the last few years, Gabe, especially for in-division games, opposing fans are ticking up. We are seeing more and more of them.
Last year, it was, in the same article I saw, it was 33% was estimated Vikings fans. Now, at that point, it was a little bit later in October. Packers were in the middle of not winning a game in October, so it was a little different, I would say. But 19% still seemed kind of high to me.
Yeah, that's high. I mean, that's one of every five. I was in Nashville last weekend. It was probably 65% Packers fans.
Yeah.
But that's normal. That's different. The Titans stink.
Yeah.
The Packers don't. This is a team with Super Bowl expectations. This could be the Jordan Love return game. Vikings fans, I get it's a destination, Lambeau Field is. I understand it's a big game, 3-0 versus 2-1. But step up. This is one of three games in the gold package. And this is looking like a really important game in the gold package.
Hardo?
Oh, boy.
I mean, it is the gold package game.
Yeah. Are you being a gold package, Hardo?
I'm not blaming the gold package.
It kind of seemed like you were. You brought it up.
But this is one of 3 opportunities you get to go to
man,
Lambeau
look at
Field
this
this year,
guy.
gold package
He's-
ticket
yeah.
holders.
Oh,
Hey, gold
man.
package ticket holders, stop selling to Vikings fans.
But here's the thing.
Bet who you're selling your tickets to.
But you don't.
It's not that hard.
If you put your tickets up on StubHub.
Don't put them on StubHub. Go on Facebook.
Here's an idea. No.
Don't sell your tickets. There's an idea.
What if you can't go to the game?
It could be 75 degrees out. It's
But
noon
what
on
if you
a-
can't go to the game?
What the hell are you doing at noon on a Sunday?
I don't know. Maybe you got an out-of-town wedding or something.
Nobody's getting married.
This is prime wedding territory.
Yeah, this is
people love getting married in September.
Well, don't go. It's Sunday at noon. Prioritize the things that matter. Your second cousin getting married isn't that damn important.
What if tell you what? All money is green. I don't care if it's coming from a Vikings fan or whoever.
Oh yes, you should.
I was
Grow
with
a backbone, Josh.
I was with Strofe.
Grow a backbone.
I was with Strofe. Still, he decided to be one of those Packer fans that wants to be divisive and blame green and gold package holders.
I'm so mad that they saved our franchise.
Thank you for saving the franchise.
Hey, you brought it
Save
up.
the crowd on Sunday.
Yeah, no,
it's a first place game for the NFC North. This is a quarter of the season NFC North
is
championship
ample.
game.
81% is ample.
I would like more like 86, 87. Once we're over 15%, that's bad. 1 of every 5.
You just set an arbitrary threshold.
If I have to say, hey, I hate you to 1 of every 5 people, I don't want to go to that. What event would any of you go to when you hate 1 of every 5 people?
If this
Well, I mean,
your
what
high school reunion?
I was about to say, what if you go to a Packers game up in Minnesota? It's going to be more than that.
I probably wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't go to a Packers game at US Bank?
No,
Why not?
Yeah. I don't like the Vikings.
You chicken?
I don't want to give them money. No, you call me a chicken. I preferred the Nashville scene because I was with my brethren and sisterin. Is that a word?
Brethren would be the word you wanted to use there.
Fans?
After your display of starting multiple chants throughout the duration of
I was getting the vibe ready, dude. I was a
after
vibe
that, and then you being Mr. I hate 1 of the 5 people and tell them I hate them. I don't even look twice at opposing fans.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. All right.
Oh boy.
All right, let's just get on the same page real quick.
Okay. You're a gold ticket snob.
No. Mentally, I might not be as strong as Joshy.
Oh, wait, you had to say that to get us all on the same page?
Mentally?
I think we were already there.
Mentally, some things might bother me a little bit more than they bother the average person. And guess what? That's what makes me special. All right? That's what makes me unique. Is the fact that
What makes you insufferable?
it gets under my skin a little bit easier. If there was 1 in 5 what if 5 people at Lambeau on Sunday going to be a Vikings fan? Going to be wearing that ugly shade of purple? Going to be wearing those stupid, like cheeseheads are awesome. These stupid Vikings helmets with the horns? Give me a break.
I mean, the horns are cooler than the cheese.
Oh, shut up, Josh.
I mean, who doesn't want horns?
The cheese is unique. The cool thing about sports.
Wait, cheese is unique?
Yeah.
Horns
cheeseheads.
aren't?
No. No.
how
The
many different-
Buccaneers, the Vikings.
Wait, the Buccaneers are wearing
They got
horns?
a pirate shape. Yeah.
Pirates don't have horns.
Sure they do. They have helmets like that, don't they?
No.
They do a horn thing at Raymond James. Am I making this up?
Okay, we're talking about different types of horns now.
All horns.
We're talking about the horns that go in your head, like the Rams have horns.
Oh, there you go. Those are horns too. Good job, Dave. Yeah. More horns.
We're not talking about like the
Holes?
instruments. Yeah. Yeah, you're doing more damage with the horns than you are the cheese.
Right.
Is the point I think Josh was making. I do want to give props to Jamie in Orlando because he shamefully admitted that he was one of those donkeys that had a Vikings Brett Favre jersey.
You're a donkey.
So props to you.
Way to call him a donkey, though.
No, he called himself a donkey.
Oh.
I quote, here's the text he sent in. I shamefully have to admit I was one of those donkeys that had a Vikings Brett Favre jersey. So I wasn't calling him a donkey. He was doing that to himself.
I mean, I'll call him a donkey.
Yeah, I mean, he called himself a donkey.
Okay. Well, you're a donkey.
He wasn't looking for you to. He was calling himself
I'm
one.
giving him the validation that
Are
he
you
is indeed
okay?
a donkey. No, I'm a little hot and bothered.
And John says, we like Strofe hot and bothered.
Thanks, John.
I don't.
Shut up, Josh. Go, Pack, go!
I don't understand why he took out the gold season ticket members.
I didn't take him out. Just don't sell your tickets to Vikings fans.
He's a Green Bay guy.
It's not that hard to vet.
It's in his
It's really not that hard to vet.
Jack says you have to sell your tickets through Ticketmaster because they protect your season ticket rights. You have no idea who is buying them.
You don't have to, okay? You call up cousin Gabriel, say, hey, Gabriel, you want to go to the Packer game? Shoot me a Venmo. I'll screenshot the QR code for you.
What if you can't find anybody that wants them?
Dude.
Just eat the cost?
You both know it's not hard to sell Packers tickets. You both know this. Yeah, You're making an argument that doesn't exist.
All right, so I just want you to go after then the green season ticket holders last year who sold 33% of the tickets to Vikings fans.
You're idiots too.
Say it. Green package is idiots.
I think.
Okay, all right. Nope, that's all we needed to know. All we needed to know. We got to the bottom of it. That's all we needed to know.
Just sell your tickets to Packers fans. That's all I'm asking.
Who in your family has the green package?
Nobody. No.
I want to know how you got this green package bias.
87,000th in line.
Green package
arrogance.
Yeah, green package arrogance.
I didn't ask you.
That's
you
correct.
Can talk. You can
green,
talk.
He's right, though.
Yeah. Josh, you can't talk.
Green package arrogance. Good to know that we have a green package arrogance amongst us. Hey, look, there's going to be a lot of good football on this weekend, and nothing goes better with football than pizza, and that's where Palermo's comes in. Now, you don't have to order out. You can just keep it right there in your freezer, and you can throw it in the oven, and it's going to be perfect and ready for game time because Palermo's, they're going to have a slice that fits your appetite. Whether we're talking about Palermo's, Urban Pie, Connie's, Surfer Boy Pizza, Screamin' Sicilian, all delicious because they've been doing this for over 60 years right here in Wisconsin. So when it comes to premium frozen pizza, nobody knows it better than Palermo. So find them in your grocer's frozen food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We're looking at a little bit of a backup as you are heading across the county line. Got a reported accident on westbound 94 just west of Highway 100 off on the left shoulder. And then we've got another one on the ramp from westbound 94 to northbound Moreland Road. Otherwise, the rest of the system is looking just fine. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, thin high clouds, filtered sun, breezy, a high of 74 at the lake, 77 inland. And tonight, mostly cloudy, breezy, a low of 62. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
The annual Catholic Memorial High School Open House is October 13th. If your family is interested in becoming part of the CMH tradition, make plans now to attend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Sunday, October 13th. Register at CatholicMemorial.net. As the only school awarded the Exemplary Award for Academic Excellence by the Archdiocese, find out how your student can achieve more at CMH. Tour the school, meet faculty and coaches, learn about all the clubs and extracurricular activities. Register today at CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School, where you rise.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play, like Bear Dynasty interior paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty interior paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when tinted to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Color Collection.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
The other side of the world, and I'll let you know if I want to come back and coach your little game.
He's Jay Peterman.
Ian Rappaport tweeting yesterday, and I thought this was interesting.
Oh, lady.
The Broncos the
That was
last 2 weeks. You guys done?
I got more.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Shout out to Jen Latta. Stroke trying to convince people that cheeseheads are cool is a bridge too far.
I didn't say cool.
Now he's backpedaling. What did you say you did? That's what you tried to do.
I don't think I said cool. I think I said unique.
No, you tried to tell us you were unique and special.
I am unique and special. Tell me I'm wrong on that. A weekly pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a fan favorite of Bucks legend. Tune into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production. Marcus and his son Chris, a 1995 UCLA hoops champ himself, talk about everything happening in the Bucks world and are joined by some of the biggest names in basketball. Plus, they'll answer some of your questions as well. Stay on the beat of the Bucks and find Here District now. Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Jason text in 800-990-3776. This is making me very irritated with Goody and Russ Ball. They were rumored to have offered, $3.5 million? Jones got $7 million from Minnesota. Take A.J. Dillon's $1 million, and they were, take the math. $2.5 million away from, getting what they needed for Aaron Jones. Take the $1 million, you're right there. So you're telling me there wasn't $2.5 million they couldn't come up with for Aaron freaking Jones. Imagine Jones and Jacobs. Imagine, it's infuriating. I thought I had moved on, but apparently I have not. Look, Jason, I'm right there with you, pal, because there was about a 3-hour stretch this offseason after they had signed Josh Jacobs. Who was it? Was it Pelissero? It was somebody from the NFL Network. Yeah. Rappaport, one of those guys that had said, it looks like the Packers are keeping both. I was on a golf course in Vegas. I'm reading this on Twitter. I'm updating my buddies. Hey, they're going to have Jacobs and Jones. And then 3 hours later, Aaron Jones has been released.
Yeah, look, I think I'm Team Jason on this. I think my anger this morning and my irritation with Aaron Jones saying he's going to Lambeau Leap is a lack of closure. I think it is a lack of understanding as to why they would lowball him the way that they did. Look, I spent all offseason, I think many of us spent all offseason saying, hey, it's all right, it's football, it's life, it's how it goes. But what you need to understand, Packers fans, is this is an undeniable upgrade at the running back position. I stand by that. I think this is an undeniable upgrade at the running back position. But there is a world, an alternate universe, where the Packers have both of these guys under contract. And I would say that's a pretty damn good counter to Detroit's Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery backfield, which is the best 1-2 punch in the league.
And I don't think it would have prevented you, because I think if you just keep Jones for one more year, it doesn't prevent you from drafting Marshawn Lloyd or somebody like that. And then him just being the third running back behind those two. And you can still have the Malik Willis game plan that you did and just grind it out and give Josh Jacobs the ball 32 times. But then last week, maybe you've got Aaron Jones to run some of those read option stuff. I mean, again.
I do think you have to sort of consider the roster implications of two guys like that being kept on, because neither Jacobs nor Jones are going to be helping on the special teams at all. If you are drafting Marshawn Lloyd, you are then, now that would be a real big problem for them. Emmanuel Wilson, A.J. Dillon, how do you figure that out? I think they...
Well, but that's the thing. If they would have kept, because it's not like AJ, the original plan, Joshy, the original plan was keeping A.J. Dillon. Right? That was part of A.J. Dillon doesn't do anything on special teams. So what's the difference?
Going to have to be.
Well, I mean, we'll never know, I guess. But he wouldn't have. He's never been a part of special teams. You're telling me year 5 of his NFL career, suddenly he's going to participate in special teams?
Trying to keep a job. You can do whatever they ask out there. I mean, they were willing to give a certain amount of money to the running back position to get Josh Jacobs. They were not able to keep Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is running hot right now. We've seen Aaron Jones run hot before. We've also seen Aaron Jones run cold. We've seen Aaron Jones miss large stretches of seasons.
Yep.
Like,
We've seen him make crucial mistakes in the postseason.
All this stuff has to factor into the decision. I would love Aaron Jones to be here. But there is a context that I think we willfully ignore when it comes to what that means to have both those guys on the field together.
Yeah, look, I mean, we don't need to continue to rehash it. We did it back in March when this actually happened. It would have been nice.
The wound is reopened, though. After that comment?
Yeah.
That doesn't piss you off as a Packers fan? Hearing Aaron Jones say, I'm going to wear purple and yellow, and I'm going to jump into your stands. That fires me up.
Well,
I love him. He's a lovely guy. He was great in the community. He was a great running back for the most part when he was with Green Bay. But hearing a rival running back say, when I scored a touchdown on Sunday, which I really hope he doesn't do, I'm jumping into the stands. That fires me up.
He's getting into the end zone.
Yeah,
He's not getting into the end zone.
It's up to Jeff Hafley in
believe?
this.
Okay, I don't know what you've done to Joshy because he's typically very optimistic. You're way too damn negative recently about the Packers. You should be a believer in this defense.
I don't think I am a believer. I'm a much believer.
You just said Aaron Jones is scoring a touchdown.
Teams don't put up goose eggs. People score touchdowns.
Yeah, Sam Darnold is going to be slinging
The Vikings are going to go out of their way to get him into the end zone.
I would like the
I'm too
Packers
negative.
to go out of the way to get
I'm
Josh
too
Jacobs
negative,
in the
and
end
now
zone.
you guys are going to debate how the Vikings are scoring points.
You expect a shutout?
Maybe. I believe in this defense.
You don't think if they get inside the 10, they're not going to scheme multiple ways for Aaron Jones to get into the end zone?
I think they are going to scheme ways to win the game. That's what they're going to scheme. I don't think they're going, hey, Aaron, buddy, this is the week. This is the week you got to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a coincidence that the Packers decided to run read option from Malik Willis near the goal line last week. I mean, it just fit in the game plan. I mean, it just happened to be playing his former team, and we happened to call a play that got him into the end zone.
Right play call. He scored a touchdown.
Yeah,
right play call.
Yeah, every touchdown's the right play call.
Yeah, right play call.
So when Aaron Jones ends up in the end zone, it's going to be the right call that also got him into the end zone.
Wrong.
So true or false, Aaron Jones is one of the best players on the Vikings.
True.
So, true or false, when you get inside the 10-yard line, running backs become pretty valuable.
I guess I could say true on that one. Yeah, that might be true.
So, true or false, it would behoove the Vikings to have multiple plays to get Aaron Jones into the end zone if they get inside the 10.
No, they have the best player on the planet on their offense named Justin Jefferson. I think they should scheme it up for him. Yeah, right?
It's up to the Packers defense.
Hey, KOC is a pretty smart OC / head coach.
Yeah.
Pretty smart play caller.
Yeah.
When you've got the best player on the planet, I think you scheme him up over 30-year-old Aaron Jones.
Well, it's up to Jeff Hafley.
You tried to justify this as if it's not like a near guarantee he's going to be in the end zone.
I don't know what you're talking about, Josh.
Why would they give him the ball? They're at the 5. Why would they give him the ball?
You're at the half-yard line. Quick slant. Go ahead, JJ.
Fade.
Sneak.
Fade.
Darnold's tucking it.
All right, I want to get to the Jeff Hafley comment that he had yesterday as well. We will do that coming up next because it is going to be a big game for this Packers defense, a good test for this Packers defense, the way the Vikings have played, especially the last couple of weeks. But is your business looking for localized banking solutions and a strategic partner? Fifth Third Bank has been looking forward to the future and helping businesses shape what's next for 165 years. And for the last 15 right here in Milwaukee. They offer industry-specific expertise, local decision-making capabilities, and extensive experience to help navigate the complexities of a constantly changing business market environment with your business in mind. So the long story short, Fifth Third Bank, they've been doing this for a long time. They've been doing it here in Milwaukee. They've got all this experience, but they also have strong community connections. It's commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Everything's looking good out on the roads right now. We're just seeing an accident just west of Highway 100 on westbound 94 on the left shoulder. And then we've also got one on the ramp from westbound 94 to northbound Moreland Road. The rest of the system is looking pretty good, and I'm not even seeing any delays past those accidents. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Thin high clouds, filtered sun, breezy with a high of 74 at the lake, 77 inland. Tonight, mostly cloudy, breezy, a low of 62. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Frank Daniels, our Madison Goldsmith, has an idea.
Bring him in.
Hey, Rick. Hey, Sarah. Hi, Monica.
It's great to see you, Frank. What's your idea?
It's a new company policy.
Let's hear it.
You know the world-famous Kessler's warranty?
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple. Even if you lose a diamond, including the center stone, we'll replace it. All maintenance is free forever. Yes, it really is that miraculous.
Every time I hear that warranty, it blows my mind.
I propose we have a jewelry cleaning policy that's as amazing as that warranty.
What would it say?
Bring us your jewelry and we'll professionally clean it. While you wait, for free. You can come in as often as you want, and we don't care where you bought your jewelry. The only thing that matters is that you want it to look amazing again. We want that too.
I vote yes.
I vote yes. I vote yes. The motion carries. Congratulations, Frank. Your idea is now company policy.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey Milwaukee sports fans, it's Brad Nortman from Kyle Bruston Nortman. You've invested too much into that nice ride, so don't settle for a gas station car wash. Treat it to a Tsunami Express car wash. State-of-the-art wash technology, powerful free vacuums, and unlimited wash memberships. Now with 5 locations across Greater Milwaukee, Tsunami Express is your go-to spot for a flawless finish and a first-class car wash every time. Trust me, your car will thank you. Sign up for a membership online at TsunamiExpress.com and get your first wash free. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
Awarded Best of Weddings 2023 by The Knot, The Bog is much more than world-class golf. Our clubhouse ballroom offers floor-to-ceiling windows and a breathtaking full-wall fireplace. Our barn venue was inspired by the on-site barn at Hole 6, built in the 1800s. 2 outdoor ceremony sites and a variety of personalized options. Our venues are perfect for family get-togethers, weddings, showers, graduation parties, or any event you are hosting. Call The Bog at 262-292-0740 or visit thebarnatthebog.com.
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' taste. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivatebar.com/MVP to book today.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Walsh for Universal Windows Direct. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. Call 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And remember, football season is here and cooler temps are on the way, so do not wait. For every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free plus 0% financing for 60 months. That is 5 years. Restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
A freaking catapult attached to his right hip. Like, I just made that up. A catapult.
That was good. I kind of liked it. I was rolling with it, Rob.
Like a slingshot? Let's figure this out.
I'm calling him Old Catapult Leg from here on out.
On 94.5 ESPN.
I saw you trying to get me, if you let me be your love. Maybe if you tried, then I would not bother. Tell me that basically you're not looking out for me.
It's going to be a good test for the Green Bay Packers defense this weekend. I don't know what to think of Sam Darnold, man. I really don't. But they do have Justin Jefferson. Know what to think of him. We know what to think of Aaron Jones. Jordan Addison was practicing yesterday, so the Vikings are getting closer and closer to full health. But when it comes to shutting down specific players, because this was, the Vikings always come up because a couple of years ago, in week 1, Justin Jefferson had an unbelievable game. Torched the Packers, lit them up. And then the second to last game of the season, after Jaire was like, well, I wasn't following him, wasn't shadowing him around, put me on him. he held Justin Jefferson to the worst game he's had as professional, 1 catch for 15 yards. So anytime the Vikings come to town or the Packers go up there, I think that becomes a topic of conversation based on the way the previous defensive coordinator handled Justin Jefferson. So when it comes to shutting down a player like that, here is what Jeff Hafley had to say about the Packers defense.
I mean, I've kind of told you guys this a bunch. It's our job to put our best players in position to make plays. So if it's our job to put our best players on their best players, then we need to figure out how to do that. I mean, I'm not just going to walk into a game and say the scheme is just strong enough to stop that great player. I mean, that's just not how I think. I mean, we got to figure out, how to stop their best players each week. And if that means doing something a little bit different, then it's our job to do that.
That's why I love that. That's what you want to hear from your coaching staff. Because to me, when you just go, oh, this is our scheme, this is what we run. Well, what if you don't have the players to run that scheme? Bill Belichick was successful for all those years, yes, because he had Tom Brady, but they weren't scheme dependent, right? We have this type of players, this is the type of defense we're going to run. This is how we're going to be successful. Mm-hmm. Oh, we've got 2 tight ends, don't have a bunch of, okay, well, we got to make sure we've got these 2 tight ends. You've got to coach up whatever your personnel is. And not being afraid to change something and not just going, oh, this is what we run. We're clearly so good at it. No, that's what you want to hear from your coaching staff. Now, whether or not the Packers are able to execute is a different thing. But having that mindset, to me, is step one in having a good defense.
Yeah, it almost seems, and I don't think he's doing it intentionally, but Jeff Hafley, multiple times in his short tenure as the defensive coordinator of the Packers, seems like he's taking pot shots at Joe Barry, right? Like, he's the anti-Joe Barry. Mm-hmm. And through 3 weeks, and I was just getting after Joshy a little bit jokingly, but a little bit seriously, about not having faith in Jeff Hafley's defense. I have the utmost faith in him to put the players in position. Now, whether or not the players execute is a different situation. But come Sunday, when Justin Jefferson and Jaire Alexander are on the same football field, I would imagine they're very close to one another in terms of space on the football field. Last year, neither of them, or they were never matched up. Jaire missed the first game. Jefferson missed the second game between the Packers and the Vikings. We know how much this matchup means to Jaire Alexander. He's talked about it at length for several years now. He would like to see a replication, a duplicate of that performance from a couple of years ago. Well, 1 catch for 15 yards.
You mentioned how important it is to Jaire. Justin Jefferson, on the other hand, he says, well, Jaire actually cares more about this than I do.
Liar.
Yeah, I didn't really care if he played or not last year. I was just more focused on, of course, during that time, we were fighting to get back into the playoffs and to make our run. That's something that I was looking forward to. I really don't care about the matchup, honestly. I feel like he cares more of it than I do. But it is what it is. That's every team. No knick-knack at Jaire. That's every team.
Uh-huh.
You don't believe him?
No.
Why not? I do.
Gabe, I don't think you've ever had this happen to you before. But when a man gritties in your face...
Never had that happen, no.
I didn't think so.
No.
You didn't hit me as the time. I imagine when you're out on the golf course, nobody's sinking a putt and going, hey, oh, hey.
Yeah, you start dragging your feet like that across the green, then we're going to have some issues, yes.
But I imagine Justin Jefferson didn't take that lightly. Here's the thing. He's asked about it every time.
But Jaire's not the only one. But Jaire's not the only one. Like, teams do the gritty all the time. It's his celebration. I
don't think that happens all the time. And I don't think it's as personal as it is between Jaire and Jefferson. It is personal. These two teams, at least as long as these two players have been in the league and a part of their teams, with a few exceptions, are usually jockeying for playoff positioning. These are two of the best teams over the last decade in the NFC North. They understand what's at stake on Sunday. It's the 3-0 Vikings versus the 2-1 Packers. The winner will walk away in first place of the NFC North.
When you're literally the best, you called him the best player on the planet.
I did, yes.
I don't think you really care who's on the other side if you're that good. I don't think it matters to you.
I tend to agree on most days.
I don't think it matters.
I tend to agree on
because
most days.
he's getting
Sunday
the best.
Is different.
He's getting the best effort from the other team
100%.
Because he's that good week in and week out.
I understand that.
So I believe him. I do believe this matters more to Jaire than it does to Justin Jefferson.
I agree with that.
Because Jaire
of course it matters more.
Because Jaire is still living off of that reputation from that one game 2 years ago.
I understand that. That's right. I agree with him in terms of it means more to Jaire, but to say he doesn't care and I just don't buy that part of it. Because you have to care. There's a divisional matchup.
You want it. You want him to care. I don't think he actually does.
I think he does.
I mean, I think he cares that it's the Packers and it's a big divisional game. I don't think he cares it's Jaire.
If he doesn't care, he says, "Who's that?" If he doesn't care, he says, "Oh yeah, I always get the best effort from every team."
It's kind of what he just said.
But to blatantly say, "I think he cares more than I do," means Jaire's living in his mind a little bit.
See, again, I feel like you're projecting your hopes and dreams onto Justin Jefferson.
You don't buy that?
No.
Not one bit.
No.
I don't believe you.
I mean,
I do think the nature in which we watched Justin Jefferson 2 seasons ago, that's not just something like athletes, psychos.
Okay. But here's the thing, Josh.
At their level, just forget.
Here's the thing. Jefferson might not care right now.
Yeah.
When it stands on Thursday and Friday, he might not care right now. What is Jaire really good at except playing football? Besides playing football, I mean. He's very good at playing football. But besides...
At times, he's very good at playing football.
He was very good last week. Nice little pick six first of his career.
Yeah, he wasn't very good against the top flight receiver he played week 1.
No. A.J. Brown did have a nice week. He did indeed. But aside from playing football, Jaire is also very good at trash talking. And he is very good at getting under the skin of the opposition. He's always been very good at that. Especially when it comes to this individual.
He had one really good game against Justin Jefferson 2 years ago. I don't think that got underneath Justin Jefferson's skin.
I think when he grittied in his face, when he grittied on his grave, these two were spending the offseason on an array of podcasts trash-talking one another. That was only a year ago. It's not like that just goes away.
Sure, but also, like, I think the reason why Jaire cares more is because he's not on the level of Justin Jefferson.
Yes.
Like, that's just a fact. Like,
no,
I'm not knocking Jaire. He's very good. He's not the best corner in the league.
When I say
where Justin Jefferson's the best wide receiver in the league.
Hold on. Something I don't want you to misinterpret is when I say Justin Jefferson cares,
yeah,
I am not saying Jaire doesn't care more, because he does care more, and he should care more. Because when you were playing what I have dubbed as the best player on the planet, you've got a lot to prove as now the second highest paid cornerback in all of football.
Yes.
Jaire Alexander is paid like a top dog.
But we also don't know if he's going to follow. I mean, honestly, I hope he does follow Justin Jefferson along, because
I trust Stokes, but I don't trust Stokes that much.
I don't know how much I trust Stokes.
He got bodied by DeAndre Hopkins, but it's still DeAndre Hopkins last week.
No, but
otherwise he's played well this year.
He's been okay. If Carrington Valentine is healthy and available, he's the preferred. Well, but it's not even just me. The Packers have given Valentine more snaps than Stokes when healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Valentine's the preferred corner of the Green Bay Packers and the coaching staff. So Stokes is their third best corner. Do I want my third best corner? I don't care what team you are. I don't want my third best corner on Justin Jefferson. I would prefer that Jaire Alexander, follows him around. And I hope that it means more to Jaire, because the one thing I know about Jaire in his career, he doesn't always get up for every game. He gets up for these big matchups.
He gets up for this one.
He gets up for the big matchups. So 100%. I just don't think Justin Jefferson really cares. Because, again, he's getting the best effort of everybody every week.
Yeah.
So it's just, this week, their best effort's Jaire. But it has to mean more to Jaire. And if it doesn't mean more to Jaire, I become a little nervous about him performing at the level he needs to perform on Sunday.
I'm with you on that. And while I've been impressed by the defensive backfield overall through 3 games,
it's been the best part of the defense, without a doubt.
Without a doubt. And obviously 7 interceptions in 3 weeks is ridiculous, leading the NFL.
They had 7 all of last year.
Yeah, that's ridiculous in 3 weeks. But when it comes to Jaire, he's got to get up. The pea's got to be warm, as Matt LaFleur likes to say, Gabriel.
That doesn't hit as well.
No.
I know you can't say that. You can't say it. Yeah.
What?
That sucks.
Shut up, Josh.
I mean, you can't say the word that he said. It just it hits different when you say it that way. I don't know if it's like when you watch Major League on basic cable. It's just different. The movie hits a little bit differently.
Great comparison. Yeah.
Next edition of Behind the Bucks is here on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher. Bucks stars share their experiences from competing on the world's biggest stage, the Olympics, from battling against their Bucks teammates to teaming up with fierce rivals, all for the glory of a gold medal. Behind the Bucks offers unique access and deep storytelling for Bucks fans unlike ever before. Presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR benefits consultant. Find it, bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Lock in for October. Brewers postseason tickets are on sale now. Clear your schedule, claim your spot, and be here for a Brewers postseason run you don't want to miss at brewers.com/postseason.
Milwaukee College Prep, dedicated to closing the opportunity gap for children in Milwaukee, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dreams. Join me, Good Karma Brand's founder CEO Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 17th, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee's most challenged communities. Milwaukee College Prep is closing the opportunity gap. To learn more and purchase tickets, go to MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com and click support.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town, with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The annual Catholic Memorial High School Open House is October 13th. If your family is interested in becoming part of the CMH tradition, make plans now to attend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Sunday, October 13th. Register at CatholicMemorial.net. As the only school awarded the Exemplary Award for Academic Excellence by the Archdiocese, find out how your student can achieve more at CMH. Tour the school, meet faculty and coaches, learn about all the clubs and extracurricular activities. Register today at CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School, where you rise.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You can answer the question.
What's the question?
Can the Packers win without Aaron Jones on Sunday?
Yes. Will you stop? You know what he is? He's like the little devil on the shoulder.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Save me, save me, save me.
I feel a little worse, I think, about the game on Sunday after today's show.
More negativity.
Well, no, because Jason, I was working under the assumption that Jordan Love is going to play. Because we need Jordan Love to... And look, the Packers need Jordan Love, I think, in order to win the game on Sunday. And I think he plays, and I think the Packers win.
Yep.
If he plays.
Yep, I'm with you.
But Jason didn't seem as convinced today that Jordan Love was going to play.
No, he didn't. And that, I wonder if that is Matt LaFleur has been doing this limited garbage the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Is Jason starting to see, maybe this isn't gamesmanship like we thought it was all week? I don't know.
I wonder if it has something to do with, again, the videos that Rob Domofsky put out on Twitter yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And, Jordan wasn't doing all of the drills in the portion of practice that was open to media. So it makes me a little nervous. And then I think about, and I hope this doesn't happen because I feel like every beat writer that does a mailbag, whether it's the one over at the Journal-Sentinel or Matt Schneidman at The Athletic, where like people are asking, oh, what if they have a package from Malik Willis? I hope to God. If Jordan Love is available, Jordan Love is your quarterback. I'm hoping they do not have a package from Malik Willis.
But what if they're on the goal line? Like they were last week.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
If you pay $55 million to a player, you don't take him out of the game when you're on the goal line about to score. You want the best player on your damn team in the game.
Malik Willis has less turnovers than Jordan Love.
Statistical fact, Dave.
We're strictly speaking facts.
All right.
Jordan Love's a turnover machine, Gabe. Look at the stats.
All right. So you guys are Team Malik. I'm Team Jordan.
We Malik,
It's a bold place you find yourself. I don't want him taken off the field. I can see situations where it makes sense.
I understand that, right? Like I understand because look, you mentioned like especially like if you're doing read option at the goal line like they did last week at the 5, that's really hard to defend. But at the same time, I just strictly believe in not taking your best player off the field in the most important moments of the game. And the most important moments of the game are when you're in the red zone, when you're inside the 10, when you're about to punch the ball in. Like that's when you need Jordan Love in. That's why you're paying him the contract you paid him.
Yeah, if nobody picked up on the very obvious sarcasm, Joshy and I are in agreement with you.
No, you guys are Team Malik. We've started a quarterback controversy, and now you guys are squarely in Team Malik.
I am not peddling this
I look
crap.
forward to you showing up on Sunday at the Tundra Trio in your Malik Willis jersey.
I am Team Malik as the backup.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Well,
Great option.
Over Sean Clifford. Wow.
Yeah.
What a bold
Way to
stance
go
to
out
take.
on a limb, Joshy.
What a bold stance you find
lot
yourself
of hot
taking.
takes coming out of here.
Really going out on a limb. Look, I am in the firm belief that Jordan Love will play, and Jordan Love will play every offensive snap.
I think
on Sunday.
I think we and Jason included are just getting a little spooked about something that we've all seen the whole time. Jordan Love probably could have played last week if he had to.
No spook.
If last week was a playoff game, you think that he would have played?
Yes. Without a doubt.
Yes.
And again, it's week 4, so it's not a playoff game, but these divisional games, no matter when they fall, always matter just a little bit more. It's the way the NFL designs it. Winning your division gets you a home playoff game. I think the Packers win. I'll give you the final game prediction. Maybe you'll see it on social media. With Strofe, Green Bay game day. Sunday starts at 9 a.m. Wilde and Tausch coming up next.
Everything's looking good out on the roads right now. We're just seeing an accident just west of Highway 100 on westbound 94 on the left